all while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Schray Media. Find us at shraymedia.com.
Exciting first half of play, fueled by runs. I'll tell you what all four of the big runs were that made a difference in just a moment. Lafayette High School Ramblers on the road. They're 7-6 this season. The girls of Ringgold High School are 8-7. Great GHSA basketball tonight, and they're showing out like their record really is as good as it is. 36-25, an 11-point game. Doesn't do justice to how exciting, electric that first two periods of play really was. It seemed like nothing could go wrong for either program until that second period. Quickly noting, the Ramblers are 4-5 this season. The Tigers in their home court are 3-3, so not really an advantage there either. In region play, Lafayette is 2-3, the Tigers are 3-2, just a quick flip. Ramblers are coming off of a loss to Adairsville High School, 45-34. Ringgold is on a two-game win streak, including a win on the 5th, 37-21 over Bremen High. So the four runs that kind of got us to this 36-25, 11-point game at the half between the Tigers and the Ramblers. It started with a 10-2 run. Ringgold High School came from behind, an early deficit, got out in front, and they haven't trailed since. Right before the second period began, right at the very end of the first period, it was actually a tie ball game, and Ringgold's Tigers went on a 4-0 run, and they were able to capitalize on that, use that momentum. They haven't even come close to being tied since. Most of that second period, they led by a margin of about 10 points. They went on a 12-0 run that lasted 6 minutes and just shut out Lafayette High School, winding towards the halftime period. Lafayette's Ramblers were able to get a few back and make that score margin quite a bit more respectable. 11 points, very doable. If it was a 20-point game at the half, you'd probably be tuning out. But this is closer than it sounds. Ramblers got a 6-0 run right before we got to the halftime break. So that's what gets us to an 11-point game, 36-25. The Tigers of Ringgold High School in the lead. So we'll take a break with these two programs and be back with more prep basketball in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I believe it. That sounds like not a great time. Welcome back to the campus of Ringgold High School. It's the Tigers playing host to the Ramblers, and they're in the lead by 11 after one half of play. 2 periods are in the books here on Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. The Tigers of Ringgold High School in the driver's seat. Thanks for being with us. Gabriel, Schray here. Tim Hall back in the studio, keeping the traffic on the road. 36-25, Ringgold Tigers. Both programs making their way back onto the floor right now. It really felt like Ringgold couldn't do anything wrong in that first half. 10-2 run in the opening minutes, a 4-0 run right before the end of the first period, then a 12-0 run the last 6 minutes in the second period. I mean, imagine being shut out 6 straight minutes. Indomitable. They were impenetrable, right? That defense is crazy. Even if you only score 12 points, it doesn't matter if the opponent isn't scoring at all. That was their lead. It was a 16-point lead for a minute. And Lafayette High School, a 6-0 run. They scored a few right before the halftime break, right before the buzzer. That kind of makes it respectable. 11 points separating these two after 2 quarters. 2 left to go. A lot of time left to play. Average points per game for these two programs is actually dead even. Points per game scored. 48 apiece. Lafayette Ramblers, Ringgold Tigers. Now, points allowed is a different story. Ringgold usually allows about 42 points per game to opponents. That's their average this season. The Ramblers allow a little more, 47.3. Still pretty close. Still hard to predict how a region matchup like this will turn out. But just changes the story a little bit, if you will. Just seconds away from tip for this second half of play. A lot of action left. We've got it all right here. Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Thanks for being with us. Tigers, Ramblers, prep basketball. Just a reminder, if you want to, you don't have to listen AM, FM. If you have family out of the listening area, you can visit our website anytime, discoverwalker.com. Hop on, click on Listen Live. It's free. It's super clear. It's like I'm sitting right in the room with you, telling you how great it really is here. And you can tune in and just listen to how fantastic it is, as clear as can be. It's free streaming, available anywhere in the country. Ramblers going to start this third period with possession of the ball, working the orange up the floor. Quick 3, and that pays off. A little bit of whiteboard time. Parker drains one. That makes it a 9-point game. Ringgold to respond. They get a 3 in a row. Helton knocks it down from the parking lot. 25 seconds gone in the third period. We've already seen 6 points. Ramblers looking to come up the floor, and a blown tire. Jersey Ray picks it up. Here come the Ringgold Tigers. Help on the back door. There's the pass. A quick spin. The shot goes. Helton, 2 buckets, 5 points. 45 seconds into the third period. Ramblers roping up the floor. 2 quick passes. Barber, close side. Gathered up by Baker. She's fouled. Quick whistle. We're not even a minute into this third period. We've seen 3 baskets and a foul. 2 threes. Here's a shot from long range, and Helton is off the mark. Margin remains the same, 41-27. Ringgold Tigers in the lead. 1 minute gone in the third period. Here's an entry pass. This goes to the Tigers. This time it's Yarker who drains it. Now it's 43-27. This is the second time we've seen the Tigers do this. They did this in the first quarter of play as well. They went on a 10-2 run after going behind by a couple of buckets early on. Right now they're on a 7-0 run. Ramblers want to snap it, pass down low to Yancey, and she loses the ball over the baseline. 43-27, 90 seconds gone in the third period. Here's another 3, and the Ramblers get it to go. It's Parker. My goodness. She's going to need to pay airfare if she keeps hitting 3s from out there. Here's the Ringgold Tigers from the same spot on the other end of the floor. This is off the mark. Good-looking ball. Just couldn't quite get it to drop. It was Helton looking for her third bucket of the third period. 2 minutes gone in the second half, 43-30. Tigers get a steal. Here they come. Ball's lost, picked back up by Lafayette. Yancey up the floor, connects with Barber. Barber on the arc, pulls up from the wing. This has got too much. Force cut off the board. Long pass up the floor. Connects with Collins, who wants three. Nothing doing. Yancey gets it down inside. Hands it off to a teammate, and Lafayette will take their time on their way up the floor. From Ringgold, Georgia, prep basketball on the air. Here's a three for the Ramblers. Too much on it. Yancey had a good look. Clanged off the top of the iron and kept going. Ringgold High School driving down inside in the foul. A lot of contact between Baldwin and Yancey. First goes at the line. 5:24 left in this third period. 13-point game. Tigers out in front, 43-30. Second one will go. Ringgold Tigers extend their lead to 14. Inbounding pass for the Ramblers of Lafayette High School. 3 minutes gone in the third period. In some trouble down near the corner. Wiggins loses it, and so Baldwin will inbound for Ringgold High. RHS, Jersey Ray back and forth with Collins. Jersey Ray loses the ball, and it rolls off the floor to the Ringgold Tigers scorers table. Lafayette takes back over, trailing by 14. 3 minutes gone in the third period. Lafayette passed right in front of the bench. Here's an entry pass looking for Wiggins. It gets away, taken out of the air. Messenger, backdoor feed, and she stepped over the baseline. And a 30-second timeout taken on the floor by the Ramblers of Lafayette High School after that errant pass and a couple of mistakes, so we'll take a timeout as well. More prep basketball in just a moment on Georgia's 93.7. All right, can you even hear that music? Is that even coming through? Could you hear that music, or is it not even coming through? All right, good to know. Okay. Yeah, it's just not working at all. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, just waiting for the music to sound good. Doesn't sound at all. Welcome back to Ringgold High School, 44-30. Nearly halfway through the third period, a 14-point advantage for the Tigers of Ringgold. Ramblers trailing. They've got the basketball. Wiggins off the handoff and gets it back from Moody. Far side. Lafayette to the corner. Entry pass down low off the glass. Nothing doing. Yancey fights it away. Yancey's second chance bucket will go. That is an aggressive bucket by Yancey down inside, using that size and power to take it back and drop it home. Quick feed, down into the paint. Tigers' shot is short. Yancey gets the ball. Henderson with a good look, just couldn't drop it into the twine. Halfway through the third period, 12-point differential, 44-32. Tigers leading the Ramblers, who are on the road.
Back in the game, Ringgold, number 13.
Schray runs the floor. Tigers pass to the corner. Ludy defensively bringing the pressure. Helton outside. Ringgold looking for the entry pass. 2 quick feeds. This goes off the glass. Easy money for Yarker. She extends the lead of Ringgold high back to 14. 3 minutes left in the third period.
Back in the game, Ringgold, number 33.
Tigers off the inbound, pass to the corner. There's the 3 and too much on it for Schray. Ringgold keeps it. Driving inside, Henderson's shot is short, boarded by Yancey and the Ramblers. Lafayette High School to the close sideline. Parker will run the floor. Past far side over to Barber. Barber gets it back right away. A second pass to the straightaway. There's a deep 3 and it's just short. My goodness, a deep 3. Just couldn't quite knock it down. 2.5 left in the third period in a 14-point game, and the Tigers, who are in the lead in the driver's seat, get the ball back. Game 1 of a doubleheader here on Georgia's 93-7. Tigers, inbounding pass, 2 up the floor, the shot's off the mark. Ramblers, long feed, close side, it's Barber. Barber drives down into the painted area, and her shot comes off the side of the backboard as the whistle blows. It remains a 14-point differential, 2:20 left in the third period. No real runs, 1-7-0 run in favor of the Tigers in this third period at the very beginning, and that's the only run we've seen since the half. In that first half, Ringgold powered themselves to a 10. At one point, it was a 16-point lead. That was the largest of the night, and they're threatening to tie that here if they can hold the Ramblers scoreless. Lafayette gets 1 at the line. Makes it a 13-point game, 46-33. Both coaches shouting out onto the floor. Ringgold Tigers, 1 pass, now 2, driving inside in a big collision. Took on 3 defenders. Harris just takes it herself. Met with the shoulder of a slew of Ramblers. Inbounding pass is loose. Harris picks it up. From the corner, entry pass down low. Henderson's shot is wide. Yancey trying to chase it down and can't keep it on the floor as she goes down hard. 2 minutes exactly left in the third period, 46-33. RHS leading the Ramblers of Lafayette here on Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Thanks for being with us tonight. Tim Hall back in the studio making the magic happen with the buttons and dials. I'm Gabriel Schray. The inbound, the pass up the floor, a shot from the elbow won't drop. Good look for Barber. Ringgold back to the offensive end. Basketball's loose. Here's a mid-range floater, it goes. And so Ringgold leads by 15 with 95 seconds left in the third period. It's 48-33. Passing up the floor, Ramblers rope this back and forth. Finished off by Castile, who gets the layup. Tigers to respond. The long 3 skiffs off the glass and is boarded by Williams. Williams to Barber. Barber going to take it herself off the glass. Shots got too much. And a second chance effort by Castile. She's fouled. 48-35, 67 seconds left in the third period. Ringgold a big lead, but Lafayette at the line. Couple of quick changes on the floor. And no good at the line. Ramblers 0-2. Ringgold High School, quick pass. Baldwin going to go all the way, fires the shot, it's off the mark. Ramblers get the board. In front of the scorer's table, here comes Parker. Entry pass, Williams off the glass and rattles home. Our slimmest margin in the last 6 minutes, it's 48-37. Ramblers crawling back into this one, 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Lafayette's shot way short. Yancey was covered up near the baseline. Outlet pass, 2-on-1. Helton wants to take it herself, and her shot off the bottom of the backboard. Got to share the ball there. 11 points separate these two, 48-37. Ringgold Tigers out in front over the Ramblers of Lafayette. 27.2 seconds left to go in this third period. The shot clock's still on. Fired off the inbound, it goes, and a chance at the old-fashioned three for Baldwin. You can hear her bench is fired up. The Tigers love it. Great home crowd, great turnout tonight in Ringgold, Georgia, and what a venue the Tigers have. Big fan of the home gymnasium. The extra point, no good, but the Tigers get the board. Here's a three, it's short. Oh, they get it back off of an awkward pass and can't score off the steal. So it remains 13 points between these two, 50-37. 17 and a half seconds remain in the third period. Ringgold Tigers at the charity stripe to extend their 13-point lead. This clatters all around and jumps out. Ellie Massey couldn't get that to go. She'll take a second. This one rattles out. Ramblers get the board. Lafayette High School the handoff. Looking up the floor, a lot of pressure, double teamed all the way back near the hardwood. Yancey takes the handoff. Yancey has some help, goes to the corner, pulling up for the three and too much on it as Castile gets the board and the third period of play expires. So after 2 periods in Ringgold, Georgia, it's a 13-point game. The Tigers of Ringgold leading the Ramblers of Lafayette. We'll be back with the final period of play in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Thank you.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Schray Media. Find us at shraymedia.com.
Welcome back to Ringgold, Georgia, and Ringgold High School, home of the Tigers. Tonight they play host to the Ramblers of Lafayette as we enter the final period of play in Game 1 of a doubleheader here on Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. 13 points separate these two as the Ramblers, who are trailing, will start this final period with the ball. Off the inbound, driving down inside and able to get it with a little kiss off the glass. That's Baker. Almost said Barber. And she's down. Looking a bit shaken up. Hopefully she's all right. Tigers take a shot. A lot of contact as the whistle sounds, and coach out onto the floor to check on Baker. Hate to see that at any level, but it's especially tragic when it's young men and women. Hate to see this at the prep level. Holly Rudy and the athletic staff checking on her now. Well, they spend a minute with her checking on her. We'll take one more break. It's 50-39. Tigers lead 30 seconds into the fourth period. We'll be back. Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Welcome back to Ringgold, Georgia, home of the Tigers. Moments ago, young Miss Baker shaken up for Lafayette High School's Ramblers. She's off the floor, being checked on. Hopefully she's all right. 30 seconds into the final period. Whoa! Lloyd Jersey Ray with a layup. 52-39, Ringgold leading over the Ramblers. Only 40 seconds gone in this final period. Lafayette High School up the floor. Barber stops on the arc, 2 quick passes. Castile fires, a big high bounce, and the putback goes. Hughes stays with it, gets it to go, cuts it back down to an 11-point game. Ringgold high, around the arc. Baldwin drives to the elbow, fires on the turnaround, and a second chance. This rattles all around and goes. The first shot was off the mark. Yarker got a hold of the board and put it back off the glass. Makes it again a 13-point game. 6:41 left to play, 54-41. Ringgold Tigers lead. Hughes and the Ramblers inbounding. Onto the floor into Barber. Barber heavily defended by Hilton. 2 quick passes, and Lafayette in some danger and trouble down in the paint. Yancey blows the tire on the contact. She'll go to the line. Prep basketball, GHSA action here in our region. Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. I'm Gabriel Schray. Tim Hall back in the studio. Inbounding pass for the Ramblers. Lafayette. 2 quick feeds. Yancey inside. Ball's loose. Hughes picks it up for Lafayette. Hughes wants to fire, and this one is short. Swatted away. Ringgold Tigers on the far side. It's Baldwin. Baldwin wants to go all the way. She's swatted at, gets the ball back. A third shot now, and a 4th attempt at scoring the basketball results in a foul as Henderson will go to the line. Wow. 54-41. This has been a game entirely comprised of runs. Started way back in the first period, a 10-2 run in the opening minutes, then a 4-0 run to end the first period, a 12-0 run spanning 6 minutes in the second quarter. Lafayette High School had a 6-0 run right before the halftime break, able to kind of put themselves back into the game. Ringgold High School, a 7-0 run in the third period. That was kind of the put away, as since then it's been about 10, 12, 15 points separating these two. Right now, 13 points separate them. It's 54-41 Tigers. 2 minutes gone in the final period. Lafayette losing the ball. Harris dives for it. Williams on top of it for the Ramblers. And Ramblers able to get onto the basketball as there's a timeout on the floor. These two programs will take a timeout. 13-point game. Ringgold Tigers lead. 6 minutes left to play. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Prep Hoops in just a moment on WQCH Radio. All right. Welcome back to Ringgold, Georgia, and the home of the Tigers. We're here inside of Ringgold High School's gymnasium, where they're hosting the Lafayette Ramblers. Inbounding pass, Ramblers shot off the mark. They keep it alive. Hughes trying to pass it out, and it's stolen by Helton and Ringgold. They lead 54-41, 2 minutes gone in the final period. Walking it up the floor in the paint, and Jersey Ray gets it to go. 56-41, a 15-point game. Ramblers Yancey to the corner, stolen by the Tigers. Long feed up the floor. Helton's all alone. She gets it to go. It's a 17-point game, the largest lead of the night for Ringgold High School, 58-41. Ramblers, an absolute bomb pass to the corner. Williams pulls up for three. Big high bounce. Can't keep it going. Yancey regathers. Second chance. Williams fighting for it with Harris. And a travel signaled for by the official on the baseline. 5:02 left to play, 58-41. Ringgold Tigers hosting the Lafayette Ramblers, Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Inbounding pass tipped by Helton, regathered by Rudy. Far side, Rudy down low. Williams double teamed and maybe in trouble. On the mid block, fighting her way through. This shot loose. Henderson has it only for a moment. Rolls to Jersey Ray. Outlet pass stolen by Rudy, and Rudy can't keep it in play. Rudy loses it as well. 4:43 left to go in the final period. Now, don't be tuning out because this one's over. We've got a second game coming up for you. And if you're in your car, you can tune in live and free online. It'll be crystal clear as it's streaming audio, not broadcast over AM, FM. Visit us, discoverwalker.com. You can play it on your smartphone. If you're feeling frisky, put it on your television, throw it on a desktop computer, and you can listen to the boys' game, which is coming up next, live, free, and crystal clear audio anytime, anywhere in the world. So if Grandma and Grandpa are out of the county or even across the country, Aunt and Uncle can listen up on the coast, wherever, out of country, you name it. You can tune in live and free from anywhere in the world, discoverwalker.com. We've got Williams is shaken up a little bit. They're taking a look at her. We might have to go to break. Trying to wait this out. It's 58-41, the largest lead of the night for the Tigers of Ringgold High School. 4:36 left to play. They certainly have accomplished their mission. They're well en route to rising to 4-2 in region play. The Ramblers look like they're going to drop to 2-4. It would be basically a miracle if Lafayette did come back at this point. They did a lot of things really well tonight. This is a great basketball program. And they were in this right until the bitter end. Holly Rudy, bench boss for the Ramblers, making all the right calls and adjustments. Cassidy Gaylor, ditto, but obviously coming out on top, using her personnel perfectly. Sometimes matchups just shake out a certain way no matter what you do or no matter who's on the floor. Williams is going to be able to walk off of the floor with minimal assistance from Lafayette High School Rambler staff, so thankful to see that, and hopefully she's all right. That's another thing that's played a factor. Lafayette High School's top contributors shaken up tonight. One of them is Williams, who's going off the floor now, but Baker shaken up way earlier in tonight's matchup, and you lose key contributors like that, it just changes the whole game plan. 58-41, 4:36 left to go in Ringgold, Georgia. The Tigers out in front, a big lead over the Ramblers of Lafayette. Ringgold with the ball, the inbound by Jersey Ray. Gathered up by Massinga. Outside, Baldwin. I thought she was going to pull up for a deep three. Entry pass, swatted at, and this escapes over the baseline, but not before the whistle sounds, and that's in favor of Ringgold High. Did you know that our radio station is on Twitter or X or whatever it's called? Well, find us at Discover Walker _. There's an underscore at the end. It's Discover Walker. And we tweet news, whether it's breaking or local regional meetings. It's pretty cool. Great way to stay up to date on what's happening here locally. 58-41, 4:25 left to go in the final period. I think we need to get really wild and get Discover Walker on threads. I'm a big fan of threads. Just kidding, I don't use it. I mean, I have it, but I don't use it. Here's Lafayette, 2 quick passes. Oh, a 3! Parker bangs one home from the corner. The trifecta. And makes it a 15-point game with 4 minutes left to play. This is swatted at and sails over the baseline, so it's 58-43. Lafayette inbounds. Ramblers picking their way up the hardwood. It's Barber. Barber wants to go the distance, and she's fouled as she enters into the block. I thought for a moment Yancey would pick that up. I think Baldwin is the recipient of the whistle. So the Ramblers will keep the ball and inbound from the baseline under the basket. 4 minutes left to play. They trail by 15, 58-43. Ramblers onto the floor. Lafayette High School driving the shot and a foul. Ringgold High School, if they hang on to this and walk out of their home gym with a win, will rise to 9-7 on the season, 4-2 in region play, and be on a 3-game win streak. This would be the second loss in a row for the Ramblers of Lafayette High School. First, we'll go with the line for Parker, who was fouled. Parker's had a really good night. Until Baker was injured, Baker, Parker, Barber combined a really deadly trio. Second one off the market, remains a 14-point game, less than 4 to play in Ringgold, Georgia. Ramblers get another call their way. Inbounding pass, this goes quickly. Makes it a 12-point game. And the Tigers of Ringgold aren't feeling it. They'll take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back. 58-46. Ringgold Tigers lead. 3:49 left to play. Don't go anywhere. It's Prep Basketball on Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Yeah, we can probably take a full minute. Yeah, they'll still give them time to warm up. Welcome back to Ringgold, Georgia. A 12-point game, a 3:42 left to play. The Ramblers about to inbound. It's 58-46, Ringgold High School advantage. Lafayette right now on an 8-2 or a 6-0 run, depending on how you split it. Parker, off of the leg of Jersey Ray. This is off the floor. Barber will inbound for the Ramblers as they maintain possession. 3:32 left to play. Onto the floor to Parker. Parker loses the ball momentarily. Yancey trying to keep it out of the hands of Lloyd Jersey Ray. And so the Ringgold Tigers take back over with the basketball. 3:30 left to play. It's a 12-point game. Cassidy Gaylor shouting out onto the floor. Holly Rudy doing the same, both getting into this. 12 points in 3.5 minutes would be a scoring explosion, let alone having to hold the Tigers scoreless. Inbounding pass, 1, 2, 3 up the floor. Here's a 3 for the Tigers, and it goes. Wow. Roping it back and forth. It ends up in the hands of Baldwin on the wing, who knocks it down. 61-46 Tigers. Ramblers get the ball. Nearly swatted away. They regather. Up the floor. Barber stops on the elbow. She's in danger. Yancey down inside, and she's fouled. Nearly a clean block by Yarker. Just a bit too much for the liking of the official. Yancey will go to the charity stripe. First one off the mark for Yancey. It remains 61-46 Tigers. The Tigers have well exceeded their per-game average of 48 points. 714 on the season entering tonight. 61-46 right now. The Ramblers have also met their quota of points per game. Pulling up, there's the 3. Wow. Same thing as a moment ago with Baldwin, inbounding, a couple of quick passes up the floor. Helton was waiting on the wing, got the ball, pulled up, knocked down the orange at 64-46, just like that. Tigers get the steal. It's a 20-point game. Unfathomable, unstoppable. It's 66-46. Lafayette to respond. It's Parker. Gives it off to Barber, weaving her way through traffic. She'll take it herself down into the low post, and the layup off the mark. Yancey fighting for the board, and she gets hit with a whistle. The Tigers looking to extend to a 3-game win streak. Both of these programs will be off until Friday night. Oh, there's a 3 for the Lafayette Ramblers. Inbounding pass, and Parker flipped it over to Barber, who drained it from the wing. That was a deep one. Tigers, 2 quick passes up the floor, and this will go back to the Ramblers. I wish I could hear what the officials are saying. They're very animated tonight. They're very fun to watch. I'm enjoying their hand motions. They're very aggressive. Lafayette, after the inbound, 2 quick passes, nearly loses it. Ludy is picked off. Dropped it, picked it up. Henderson with the intercept. 2 quick passes. Helton on the wing. Wants 3, she gets it. 90 seconds left to play. It's 69-49 Tigers. Ramblers up the floor. Parker in some danger on the arc. To the elbow outside. Barber. And she's swatted at as the whistle sounds. Too much contact for the liking of the official from right in front of the scorer's table. It's a 20-point game with 1:18 left to play. Holly Rudy going to send some fresh legs onto the floor as Barber goes to the line to shoot 2. First one rattles out on her. Just a reminder, tonight's broadcast is a doubleheader. I'll probably go away for like 5 minutes, but then I'll be back. Ramblers 1 for 2 at the line as Barber hits her second and makes it a 19-point game. Boys matchup is going to be really fun, a really good one as well. Ramblers 10-3. On the boys' side, the Tigers are 9-6, so a really good regional matchup of hoops. Ludy gets the steal. Ramblers has 65 seconds left to play. Ludy stops in the mid-range and has it stolen away right out of her hands by Jersey Ray. She'll run the floor with patience, walking the orange, yo-yoing her way up the hardwood. 25 on the shot clock, 50 in the game. Tigers, close side. This is Harris. The handoff. Ringgold High School back across. Harris feeling the pressure. Yarker all the way out to Jersey Ray, who's standing on the Ringgold R. 5 on the shot clock, 30 in the game. She drives, flip to Harris. 2 on the shot clock. Harris trying to get the shot off, and the whistle. This will go back to the Ramblers of Lafayette High School. The shot clock is off. 26.2 left to go. 69-50, Ringgold High. Ramblers walking their way up the floor. Ludi close side. Stolen away by Jersey Ray on the errant pass. She'll go all the way and can't finish it off with a layup. 10 seconds. Yancey all alone. Pump fakes the defender and gets the layup with 2 seconds on the clock. And that'll do it. 69-52, your final score. Well, a big win tonight for the Ringgold Tigers. Their streak is now 3 wins in a row. The Lafayette Ramblers have dropped back-to-back games. Not much to hang your head about for either program, though. Ringgold is now 9-7 on the season. The Ramblers are 500 at 7-7. Their road record falls to 4-6. They're still 3-1 on their home floor. 2-4 in region play. I think really the only blemish that I'd be concerned about is dropping 2 in a row. Obviously, you don't want to do that, but it happens. You can't win them all. Adairsville High School is their last loss. They'll be looking forward to Friday night when Lafayette High School is going to play host to Ridgeland High for a region matchup. That'll be a great game. We'll have that broadcast as well here on WQCH AM 1590. Coming up next, we're going to have the boys game. Quickly, an overview of the Ringgold High Tiger girls who just had that big 69-52 victory. They're coming off of a win, so now they've won 3 in a row. Bested Bremen High School 37-21 back on the 5th. On Friday night, they'll play as well as they play host to Gordon Lee High School. The Trojans coming here to battle the Ringgold Tigers and Cassidy Gaylor, who's at the helm of this program. 3 wins in a row as they rise to 9-7 on the season, 4-2 in region play. Again, the final score, a victory for the Ringgold Tigers, 69-52. For Lafayette's Ramblers, the Ringgold Tigers, Tim Hall back in the studio. I'm Gabriel Schray saying so long from Ringgold, Georgia. The final score, 69-52 Tiger victory. This has been GHSA Basketball. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a break and be back with boys basketball. More Prep Hoops on the way on Georgia's 93.7 AM 1590. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna sprint to the bathroom and go take a picture of the scorer's book. It's 13 minutes and 45 seconds. I think by the time you play, if you play 6, 7, 8 minutes worth of commercials, I'll probably be back. I'm gonna hurry, so you might lose me because my phone hotspot is gonna go away. So I'll reconnect in a second.